Hello, welcome back to the Metal Antics podcast, episode 11. I'm joined today by my co-host, Isaiah.
Hello.
Here with Michael today.
I'm not your co-host. I'm just kidding.
And I'm here with our very special guest, Austin, the drummer of Lorna Shore. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm just hanging.
Good. How's the COVID life going, you know?
It's been alright. I mean, I do what I can. I just pick up different hobbies for like a month or two and then abandon them. And
Yeah.
Pick another one and pick another one. But I mean, I've gotten like progressively better at everything that I wanted to kind of get better at. So this year is just getting better at all those things. And then I don't know. I mean, I'm just waiting around the tour. I really don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
Well, that I'm obligated to do. I could do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like, am I obligated to do anything? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So
You're not forced to do anything right now?
nah. So finding that motivation's, hard some days. Today I kind of just chilled out, but I got some goals. It's the new year, so definitely hoping for the best.
Yeah. But it's rough on a lot of musicians right now. But I guess we could start off with what's a. Oh, you want to start off?
Yeah, like what kind of stuff you've been working on, like during this whole quarantine thing? Not specifically with Lorna, but like just whatever you do.
Lorna, like honestly, as far as last year, like we all just took a back seat after all the terrifying bullshit that happened. So yeah, I don't know. We were just like decided to just take a break from music and like try and build up a home life a little bit. So I kind of just started. I mean, that was like, beginning of summer, so like it was nice out, so I can go on hikes, I could do, more like active shit. I normally don't do like outdoor stuff like at all, but like being on tour, you're like just in a van. The only thing separating you from like being a complete homeless person is just this box of metal.
Yeah.
So, a lot of that stuff, like it's fun to do, because like, being on tour, it's like you're really just like active every day. You're in a car and like you don't want to sit in there all day, so you go out. So having my whole house to myself is like, all right, I can just sit here all day, but I'd rather just get out. But yeah, I just like was doing that, some drum stuff, trying to get other shit in the bag, in the tools, trying to get some techniques down. And then, I don't know, I was like doing some clothing shit. I got a sewing machine for Christmas from my girlfriend. So I'm like doing some shit with that, like trying to do some more fashion stuff, like repurposed, recycled, shit that like people don't want to wear no more, like trying to make it like something cooler. So it helps, because like a lot of like you donate clothes, but like they throw it out still, and like it takes up a lot of fucking like a lot of shit we need, so like landfills are just piling with that shit. So
you find some pretty neat stuff at the thrift shop too, man.
Oh dude, yeah, I was there today. I went earlier today. I went to a place in Passaic and I got like because now I have a sewing machine, I look for different shit. So I look for bed sheets, and like last night on TikTok, I just seen a dude work with like, he like, oh, I got this like Disney bed sheet, like vintage bed sheet, and he made all this stuff out of it, like bucket hats and all that shit. And then I went to the store today and they had the exact same bed sheet, like old ass Disney bed sheet, and it's like $3. And it's like, a huge bed sheet, so I can cut that up, make a bunch of stuff out of it that could be cool for me, my friends, like, It's hard though. I mean, I was like, oh, I want to make a button down, but like, all right, let's make a button down. Let's think about that. We gotta make a collar. We gotta make the buttons. We gotta make sure they're spaced evenly. We gotta
they got
put
like
the thing in the collar. There's a lot that goes into
like
making
templates
clothes.
And stuff for it, right?
Yeah, you can go to the store and get but then like even just reading those, you have to like go to school and like really like. But like, thank God for YouTube, because like that's just been my guidance.
You can really learn any hobby from home. Like anything. You learn like fucking welding, like wood cutting. You can learn fucking carving like a deer like into.
I look up everything on YouTube before. Even when I get something from like a store and it's like the directions are here, or I just search YouTube, how do I use this TV mount? And I watch someone do it, it's like, all right, it's better than me reading this shit. So yeah, the internet's been my friend for sure. Just like trying to get content out, like trying to like still be in the mix with fans and like talk to people. But yeah, then doing podcasts, like, like that's been cool for me. It's like, I did one the other day, but yeah, it's just like trying to just keep in touch with everybody. So, and it's cool to get out of the house. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's cool. Like when you're not putting out music, you could do so many other things. With like the clout you have.
Yeah.
You can just do podcasts. You could pick up these hobbies and just make make a living off of it almost, you know, just.
No, I am thankful people give a shit about the things I do. That's why I try and do it, like, well, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, even with, like, photo, video stuff, like, that's been a big thing last year, like, that made me money. And, like, realizing that it could make me money was, like, nice. Because I bought a new camera with, like, the first, like, you know, bit of, like, government money that got sent my way. I was like, let me go, because I can make money with this camera. It's an investment, and I want it because it's fucking sick. So yeah, now it's like, yeah, this year, like, trying to do more video shit, photo shit, sewing, you know, keeping my health together, you know, been vegan, like, for, like, about 7-8 months now. So I'm just, like, continuing good behaviors, hopefully, this year, you know.
Yeah. Anytime I want to buy something, and I feel like I shouldn't, I always say, you know, this is an investment, just so I can convince myself to do it.
100%.
So I don't feel too shitty about it.
Oh, yeah, like a really expensive piece of clothing, as long as it's got resale value, I'll usually buy it. And just, like, you know, my guilty pleasure is, like, vintage tees. Like, just, like,
Oh, okay.
you know, all the good shit, like, shit that I wore when I was a kid, or, you know.
I go on Depop and see, like, vintage NASCAR tees and shit like that.
Oh, they're so sick.
And, yeah, and they always cost, like, hundreds of dollars just because how old they are. But
Yeah, and you find that shit at the thrift. I found dope ass shit like that at the thrift. That's why I love going. Like, you never know. It could just be a day. Like, today I was like, all right, there's a lot of stuff. Maybe there's going to be nothing, but then you just start finding shit. Next thing I know, my whole shoulders, I didn't even get, like, a cart or a basket. And I just had, like, 3 shirts, a bunch of pairs of jeans, like, just shit I can, like, fuck with. Yeah, and they had, like, a Marvel bed sheet, too. Like, so it's, like, little, like, Thors and shit. So I can just, like, cut stuff out and do different stuff. So I'm just trying to keep my brain moving. Because, like, sitting around all day, like, I don't want to be dumb and, you know, inactive and, like, just really, like, not physically fit or, you know, ready to take on touring when it happens. Because, like, that shit will... I've been sitting at home a while. I'm pretty comfortable. I might be back to square one when we first started touring. And I'm, like, terrified of being in a van and shit. But I hope not. I did it for a long time, so.
So do you think with being at home a lot, you've been, like, practicing more, or you think you've been playing less?
I play more, like, not Lorna Shore because we don't have shows and no obligations, like I said. So I'm just, like, jamming more. Just, like, no stress, just, like, wake up, drink some coffee, just chill. But, like, there's things I had to practice for. Like, you know, I did some playthroughs, you know, working on some, like, new material and just, like, trying to get some stuff together. So, like, definitely didn't practice Lorna Shore, like, because, you know, we usually play, like, hundreds of shows, you know, at least 100 shows a year, like, give or take. So it's like, damn, like, that's a lot of my playing that I didn't get to do this year. So I definitely wanted to keep it. But it's like riding a bike. Like, I'll literally be like, oh, fuck, like, I don't even remember playing drums. And then on a good day, I'll drink enough coffee, and I'm like, all right, I'm ripping. Like, it's sick, I still got it. So, no, I'm trying to, like, keep it going, though, get a good schedule. I mean... definitely doesn't hurt to practice. It's never gonna do you any worse. You know what I mean? Like, practicing is always gonna make you better. And I think it's important to, like, I don't know, just, like, even if you're not practicing, like, you know, the sickest shit every day, like, you know, just practice something, like, get your brain moving.
I just realized I didn't have my mask on. I look like a piece of shit. I'll throw that on before anyone notices.
Before anybody knows.
Yeah, there's no evidence.
I didn't see it.
What's it called? I was gonna ask, like, what's your go-to stuff to play right now besides, you know, your Lorna stuff? Like,
I mean, I'll just, like, find, like, instrumentals online. Like, there's a lot of drumless tracks. Like, it could be anything. Like, you know, it's hip hop. There's, like, funk stuff. There's indie stuff. Throw on stuff like that, or just, like, songs that come out. If I'm, like, you know, like, the Boundaries, like, drop a record. It's, like, super sick on drums. It's, like, kind of simple. It's kind of just, like, more meaty, like, power beats. It's just, like, playing shit like that, some, like, thrash, because thrash is really fast and fun to play. Shit that's, like, just still fast, but, like, not so maybe kick heavy, because, like, you know, Lorna Shore's just the whole day.
Yeah.
So I'm doing more just, like, stuff that requires, like, more power, so it's, like, more of, like, a workout, like, having more fun, because it'll benefit, you know, my playing with Lorna. But, like, or I'll just throw on a hip-hop track, play along to it. Like, it really just hits me at random times, like, when I wake up and feel like diving into it. Some days I just want to, like, blast beat and go crazy and, like, have fun. It usually ends up there. Like, I'll jam for a while, and then I'm like, all right, whatever. And I'll just, like, blast beat and, like, have fun for a while. And then I'm tired, and then I'll just go back to my day. Like, but my drums are right there, so, like, I'm always walking past them. So, like, it's a blessing and a curse, because, like, I can just play them any day, but then also, like, my bedroom's right there. My kitchen's, like, right there. It's, like, right in my house. I can play anytime, so... it's good because it's always there, and it's bad because it's like, all right, when we used to have like a place like this to come, like Hellhound, it's like, all right, like I'm gonna play for 2 hours straight, like until I leave. At home, I can just
it's
it
always
doesn't
there.
matter. So you have to hold yourself more accountable.
Yeah, I got you. So, are you guys working on anything recently, or are you guys just writing, or you're just taking a break from music as I guess COVID is going on?
I guess it's just like playing it more natural because like usually we're in a rush to like meet deadlines and get back on tour or whatever it might be. But like Immortal came out
almost a year ago.
Yeah, like and like at the end of this month, so we didn't even get the tour on it, so it's like really like confusing as to like how soon do we have to put out new music, and then regarding like not having a vocalist and the virus kind of like making it so we couldn't tour, because if we were able to tour, like we would probably most definitely have it like the new vocalist announced or like someone permanent, but like it just kind of just took the wind out of the sails, and we're just like, all right, well, let's just take our time, let's like naturally work on material as like we think it's fitting and like when we are together. But yeah, there's just no deadline, so like just trying to like formulate like the best ideas, and then when it's go time, it's go time. Like we never really prepared like that. Usually it's like, all right, studio at the end of the month, we got like 3 songs, let's make 10 out of the next 30 days. So it's nice to like have the time to like work on stuff.
So do you think with having so much time, like when you guys do end up making new material, it'll be better since you're not on a deadline, you don't feel like you're rushed, you have more time to work on it and craft it how you want?
I don't know. I think it's like double-edged. It's like I think we work better under pressure.
Okay.
Because like we could just sit in a room and just grind, but like now it's like, again, there's just like no motivation, no accountability. So like if we do work all day on some stuff, that's fine. But like me and Adam would like have like a schedule, like no matter what any person had to do, we had to meet up at like 5:00 p.m. and stay till 1, 2 in the morning some nights for like a month straight.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like we would do that a lot for like Immortal and Flesh Coffin. So as far as better, I mean, maybe we just have time to like do a lot of the in between shit that we don't have time for, like maybe more layers or some just like added little bells and whistles and twists. But like we write like pretty naturally. Like it's usually like a pretty simple process. Like as soon as we sit down, it's like, all right, we know exactly. Me and Adam are usually on the same page. Like we know what we want to do.
Yeah. You guys got a bit of a chance to play your new stuff. You guys went to Europe earlier, 2020, right?
Yeah.
How many shows you guys get to play before?
9.
9?
Yeah.
You got any like good stories from any of those shows in Europe or?
I mean, it was fun. It was fucking fun. Like I was so bummed to go home. Like Ingested, it's like a band that we've talked to on the internet since like 2012. Never met them. Like we just loved each other's bands, and like we're both like kind of hitting the online hype at the same time. And then we shared a bus with them. Met them up with them the first days. We were sharing a bus, and like we were just having mad fun. Just like it literally just felt like home. Like there was no introduction. Like first night we're just getting after it in Berlin, having fun. It was a sick show. And then as the days just progressed, it just kind of got a little more like cloudy and gloomy, and like next thing you know, it's like, yeah, we're going home, because like a week on tour is like a day at home, you know what I mean? It went by like that, and I was like, fuck. So we didn't really get to enjoy much. It felt very defeating. But the week or two we were there was fucking great. I think we were there a total of like 10 or 11 days, like with flying there and flying back.
What's the, like, I don't know what I say, what's the scene, I guess you'd say? What's it like out there? Is it different than up here, or?
I mean, the European scene's like really just, like a lot of people like to throw the word like, oh, they're better in Europe, they care more. I don't think it's a matter of it's just the culture there is just very like, the countries are very small, and the people that are from those countries are very proud of the country they live in, typically, like in Europe, Germany. Germans love Germany. UK, they love England. So they're going to want to make sure you have a good time in their city, because they want you to talk nice about it. And honestly, I can't say anything bad about really any European city, because the people, anytime I go somewhere, they're just awesome and like having a good time. So I think the scene is just very welcoming. Like they want you to like, go back to the United States and say, yeah, like, we played Italy that one time and it was great. And like, they have a lot of fun. Like I think you see more people showing up like by themselves and like interacting with like, groups and groups and groups of people. It's not just like, all right, these 4 people came together, these 4 people, those 2, they all just like don't intermingle. Like these people are all drinking, having fun. It's definitely more like unified at the show.
Yeah, that's definitely different. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
I could never go to a show by myself. It's just it's just
Plenty
weird out
of
here,
people,
you know.
and they won't even talk to no one. They're just drinking and having fun and going to the show. So like, I think it's more like, I like it because like, I feel like they're just there for the show more. Like they're like, you know, because they don't know when they'll see the band again.
Yeah, 'cause it's
fair.
like United bands from the U.S. It's like we're always around here, so they're always so happy whenever bands from here go there. Like that's why whenever you see a video, I guess whenever you see a video of a band playing out there, like the crowd always has so much energy compared to you'll see so many shows in the U.S. where like the crowd's just standing there or something.
Yeah.
But you never really see that in Europe.
It's like we take it for granted a little bit
Mhm.
that we get to see the band more often.
We have a lot of music in the U.S. It's definitely true. Like music's not like that. Like being in a big touring band, like the most opportunities are here. Like in Europe, especially, it's like, you know, you got this tiny place where there's a lot of cities, but like a European tour max is like a month. But you can tour the U.S. for like 2 months because there's just so many cities and so many people, so many little cuts, so many scenes. But like some towns and cities in Europe like are just dry. Like they're not gonna know metal music. That's just not their culture there. But like Berlin, like Germany, like they love their metal. Like Netherlands, they love that shit. Like UK, obviously. Like yeah, I can't say anything bad about anything in Europe. Like I wish we could go back. I wish it didn't have to be this way.
Yeah, it sucks.
It
But
is what it is.
I was wondering, so you guys took Will Ramos onto that European tour, and I was just wondering how you guys chose him to go on the tour with you.
I mean, I've known Will for a long time. Like
Oh, what the fuck?
little friend joined the
Shit, fuck
podcast.
that. Make sure she doesn't go near me.
Chris, you scared of a little bug?
No, that actually looks dangerous.
He's gonna eat your forehead.
That's a big
Can I hit it
guy.
with something? I'm gonna whack that bitch.
I
Grab
like
anything
it.
out of his bag.
He's going.
Oh.
Ah, fuck!
Oh,
You made it worse for yourself.
It's on the ground.
All right.
I'm gonna assume it's dead. Anyway.
It's definitely
He did.
not.
No, I know it's not.
Will. Nah, I knew Will since like Awaken Providence and like all that stuff back in like 2013, 2014 I think, but I don't know. I didn't talk to him for a long time. I just seen him around. He's like always a fun guy to be around. Like we lived kind of far. We just like didn't really have the same group of friends, so I never really seen him much. But when everything went down, I just like kind of thought about him, and I was like, yo, like when we toured with him, like he was fucking amazing, and that was like 5 years ago, and he was in Monument of a Memory, but like in my opinion, like I was just like I know what he's capable of, and I was like, I think he could thrive a lot harder in like a band like ours. So I was like, let me see what he could do with our songs. Like, so we gave him the instrumental, sent it back to me, and it was like flawless. I was like, all right, I knew he was gonna, because like I knew his roots were like deathcore, and like that's what he likes to shine in. So I was like, all right, it could work.
Yeah.
And we only had a month, and he lives right 40 minutes from me, so we would just meet up here at Hellhound probably like 6 or 7 times. And by the end of it, like he was pretty comfortable. Like first couple practices, it take it's a lot of shit to know, a lot of pressure on him, but he thrived. We had a good time. He's a fun dude to be around, definitely. And we came home and kind of just was like, damn, it's like we just made it out alive. So we just have that bond now.
Yeah, that's
But
great.
yeah, I mean, he's cool. I mean, we definitely still talk, definitely like trying to like see what the future holds, but it's just can't really make any decisions, and like there's no reason to rush anything, so we're just kind of laying low and taking our time. But he definitely stepped up, and like that definitely doesn't go unnoticed. Like that was crazy to step up in a month and do the European tour and just be down for it all and be ready. That's a big commitment.
Yeah, I was watching a video from that tour, and like my favorite song off the new album is a Death Portrait, and Will Ramos is my favorite like deathcore vocalist. So I was like, holy shit, this is like an amazing crossover. So I listened to it, and I'm like, he just killed that shit. Like
He did, yeah.
it's like flawless. It's like he was meant for it,
Nah, dude, I think it really worked out. Like,
Yeah,
it really
fanboy.
worked out. Like he definitely, he was my boy. Like Adam knew him too, but like I definitely was like, come on, man. Like I know you can do this. Like it's gonna be rough, but like but it's like he never like doubted himself for a second. He never folded. Like I can give him that. Like he's goofy, so it's hard to take him seriously. So it's like, when you ask him, like, yo, man, like, he's like, yeah. I'm like, dude, like for real. Like, we're about to hit the stage. Like, everything is all good. And then, I'm just like, all right, like, I'll let him go. And he killed it. So, like, he gave me nothing to worry about, which was what we needed in a fill-in, because we had a lot on our minds. And then with the virus, more on our minds. So, like, the fact that he just did his thing every day, had a good energy, got home safe with us, helped out, tremendously on that tour, like, above and beyond, like, with load-ins, load-outs, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, it's just a pleasure to be around. Great guy. I definitely like Will. I think he's a good, he's a good person to look up to, because honestly, he does work hard. He works hard as fuck on his craft.
Mm-hmm.
I will give him that.
Yeah, what was it like when you guys got off the stage the first time with
Berlin? I was out of breath because I was tired. That's for sure. Just like a lot of like jet lag. Like, we flew right into Germany, no sleep. Taking 2 different flights. It was like a 16-hour travel day. Landed, got to the show like an hour before load-in. And then just like, you got to suss out the kit, the rental kit. I'd never seen this drum set before in my life. 5 other drummers are playing it. So we're all just trying to figure out how this drum set's going to work for everybody. And it never does, but we try.
Yeah, what is that like? Because I know like some have double pedals, this and that, different cymbals, all that, blah, blah, blah. You got to bring your own, or do you just rock with whatever you got?
Usually like whoever has the biggest drum set will usually be the band, you would hope is the band that's the biggest on the show. Like, so pretty much you work it where, all right, that guy sound checks with all these drums, and then, all right, he's done sound check, and just take away the ones that no one else is ever going to use. Maybe a second kick, maybe a second floor or third rack, and like whatever stands. And then, progressively just from the first band to the last band, like everyone just keeps adding shit, and it eventually becomes his drum set, Yeah. So it does work, like, it's just the triggering, and, some people like this, some people like that, some people stuff their kicks, some people don't. It's hard to compromise, and, like, everyone's got to, like, feel good. So, like, some guys, like, we'd have, like, a thing to put a pillow in the kick drum for the guy, and then have the drill to take it out for the next guy. It's just fucked. So, like, definitely team playing comes into play, like when you're sharing a kit in Europe for sure. But first show got off. We were having a blast. I hadn't drank for like a long time before that, but I remember in Germany I was like, yo, let's just have some beers. Like, we're in Germany, let's have some fun. My buddy from Fallujah, he used to be in Fallujah, Alex, he was there just like randomly in Berlin because he loves it there. He's just always traveling, and we just went out on the town and just hung out. It was a good time. I love Berlin. Berlin's cool.
What are the venues out like? Like, what are they like compared to the ones in the U.S.? Because I'm in my head, I have like some dumb image of like some crazy Guitar Hero stage or something.
Yeah, I was really gonna say I imagine like one of the Guitar Hero 3 stages.
Kind of like that. I don't know. Like, they're really tucked away in like obscure places. Like, I will say that. Like, it's not so like Starland Ballroom-ish. Really, none of them are like that. Like, most of the European venues are like, there's just like shit everywhere. Then there's just like a random hallway with like all the posters, and at the end of the hallway is a door, and then it's like the sick ass venue. Or like, some of them are like out of this world nice, like, in Germany, like some of those are like crazy, like they'll have a huge parking lot in the back, like kind of like a Starland. Or like one of them in Holland, I remember it was a crazy day. It was a crazy fucking day, just because like, you're in Holland, mushrooms is legal, and then at the same time, the bus drove into like a thing, and then the door shuts, and like that was it. And I remember like that's how we got there. I was like, all right, dope, whatever. But it was weird because I was like, how the fuck are we gonna get out? Because we were so close to like the other bus. I was like, there's no way we're gonna even be able to back out. Like, I don't know why I was thinking about it. Later, many things later too, I'm like, the bus literally, there's like a thing that the bus was on, and it turned the entire bus 180. And then it went out the other side.
Oh, they're living in the future over there.
I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, this is crazy. I was like, literally the bus was just like on a plate. I was
That's like the thing from Tokyo Drift. And like,
literally.
Yeah, where the car turns around.
It's literally, I was in the bus. I was like, what is happening, man? But nah, some of them are like, they're extra dope. Like, they have a lot of like, usually like, here it's like the venue's really nice, and then the backstage is like, not even this. This is nice. There, it's like the opposite. Like, the backstage will be like this whole compound of rooms and different shit and like refrigerators, different bathrooms, showers, and then like the venue's just like a little tiny like thing.
Yeah, like
So
a
it's
little
like-
hotel.
It's a lot of hospitality out there, a lot of food, like, you know, anything you need is like always on the house, you know, beverages and snacks, like, you know, in America you run out of water, they're like, all right, that's it. Or like, you know, they're like, all right, like you show up and it literally looks like a 7-Eleven like refrigerator, every drink you want. And like there's no, you don't pay anything, and then they're gone. They just have people that come in that work at the venue, they're just happy as a motherfucker to give you more Coca-Colas, and they're like usually like, really nice, like they're like, you know, fans that are just like happy to do it. I would say that too, like there's a lot of jobs out there for people that work in music, you know, like a lot of people are hurting right now because like the European, like they have like unions and shit, like there's a lot of shit that goes into like if they take care of that stuff, but it's hurting now, it sucks.
You got anything? You got anything?
I had a question, but I didn't want to be
No,
rude.
no.
As I-
No, you got it, Chris. You got it.
Okay, I was gonna ask. We usually ask all our artists, what's the crazy tour story you guys have? Like, what's one that sticks out more than the others, off the top of your head?
Oh, these are the best.
All these.
Okay, I mean, you know, there's groups of crazy, you know, there's like scared for your life crazy, and then there's like fun,
It's
happy
every
crazy, and then
group,
there's like
yeah.
I
I
don't
kind of
want
want to hear both. I
to.
want to hear
It's
scared
like I
for
don't
your
want to tell
life.
anyone ever about this story because it's like awful, crazy. You know?
Yeah. Get as crazy as you feel comfortable going crazy right
Yeah.
now.
I mean, I don't know. There's just like certain situations, obviously, where it was like, you know, oh, fuck, like, you know, with like our van, like first tour we ever went on, like the band Here Comes the Kraken, they totaled their van in Cleveland. 2 of the members came in our van, and our van was like, it wasn't a tour van. It was just everyone was making fun of this thing, and it was just trucking along the whole tour. And we made it around pretty good, and then we're with these dudes, and we're driving in the desert from the Colorado to Reno, something like that. And fucking, yeah, this shit just fucking cut out, fucking blew up. I was like, shit. And we're like 9 people, like 2 illegal, you know, immigrants, like who were in the band. Like, I was like, dude, this is bad. We need to get the fuck out. So we just like trashed the van on the side of the road and like literally like drove it off the side of the road and like destroyed it, acting like we were just gonna like call like insurance company and be like, yeah, like the van got like stolen, like, cause I don't know, we just like didn't know anything back then. Like we were like, what do we do? Like it's gonna cost more to tow this van to a place to even get it like this. So like we just thought the best option was just leave it on the side of the road. So then Adam and I went to a U-Haul, rented like a giant box truck, threw all of our gear in it, and it only had 2 seats in the front. We had fucking 8 people, so everyone's just sleeping in the back, and we drove to Portland from Nevada in that box truck, and we had like 9 hours to get to the show so that we could play. And we made it. And then we just like hopped out the back of this U-Haul, and everyone was like, yo, that's just crazy. Like, the fuck is going on? Because we're like the first band on the tour, so like people were like, I just figured you'd just go home.
That's crazy.
I was like, nah,
that's
dog. I was like,
commitment.
nah, dog, we're here. Like,
Yeah.
we're making that shit happen.
Yeah, when you got to the venue, were they like, who the fuck is listening to you?
Oh, it was hilarious. You know, I'm keeping that motherfucker. Like, you know, that was a shining moment. Like, I definitely had a good time.
What's it like riding in the back of a U-Haul truck? Like,
Terrifying.
imagine you sliding on the wood.
It is so terrifying. You can't see anything. It's extra bouncy. It's freezing because it's just metal, and like it doesn't matter if it's. And then in the day, it's a fucking hot box. So like at night, it was freezing.
Oh,
Daytime,
man.
you wanted to die.
And you guys were like the desert in Nevada, right?
Yeah, it was awful.
Oh, fuck, dude.
And, like, you know, everyone's like smoking weed, fucking like everyone, like we were really doing anything we could, like back then.
Hot box the U-Haul truck.
Oh hell yeah, like mid highway, like we're just all in a powwow.
Oh yeah, definitely. No one can see it. I mean, the whole back is blocked off.
Dude, it was like the whole time you're just thinking like, what happens if this just gets fucking macked? You know?
Oh, yeah.
It's done to everybody
It
in
was
the
scary.
back.
But yeah, that's like, you know, like one that's definitely just stuck with me forever, just because like, I don't know, we were about to, you know, we didn't know how we were gonna get home. Like,
What happened with the truck though? That's what I'm kind of wondering
What,
about.
the U-Haul?
No, the van. I mean, what happened with the
Oh,
original
we got a
van?
letter like months later from like a tow truck company that was like, pay this amount of money.
No, you guys can have it.
Yeah, it was like, pay $500 or this gets sold in auction.
It's like shit.
Yeah,
I was like, all right, yeah,
Let him have it.
Give
We
It
forgot
ain't
it
worth
existed.
5. Take it.
Was it a Ford Transit?
Nah, it was like
Oh.
what was it, man? We used to talk about it all the fucking time. It was just like a conversion van, like this like typical conversion van that had that like weird over like had the extended roof in the middle, and had one bench, 2 captain's chairs, 2 front chairs.
Okay.
Oh, I think I get
It was like more like, and had like carpet. It was like all like luxury and like nice. Nah, you don't need that. You need that shit basic. Basic as fuck.
Yeah, but you guys upgraded now, obviously, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got the 15 passenger. I mean, it's on its. I mean, we were just in it the other day. It's got like 304,000 miles on it.
Nice.
We bought it with like 40,000,
Oh, wow.
and that was like 4 years ago. So I mean, we probably like 5 years ago. Yeah, we put some miles on
Yeah,
that
that's a
bitch.
lot.
Just getting your money's worth.
We got our money. That,
Oh, yeah.
that definitely did us right.
How
Definitely
many
did us
miles
right.
are they supposed to put out? Like, how many before you're like, okay, we got to retire this thing?
I mean, I've heard max like 5. I've never heard anything over
Oh, wow.
5.
That's still
I've
impressive.
seen
But I've
some-
heard 5.
Like I've seen some dials on like the thing flip up to like back to 0. I've
Oh
seen
yeah, just like past it all.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like it's brand new.
Carnifex had one. It was like 5,000,
That's great.
but or 500,000. But you just gotta take care of that motherfucker like crazy. Like that, we always make the stops on tour. Like get everything fixed. Can't be scared to put the money in the van.
Yeah.
Cause that's the only way we get to do.
The van help you, you help the van.
Like, you know, I used to get super bummed we had to fix the van. Now I'm just like, I don't, like, whatever we gotta do.
Yeah, because if anything messes up, then
Then
can't,
it blows,
can't
it
even get
blows
money.
up. Yeah, you leave it on the side of the road and you
You
have
gotta
to
take care of it.
Oh,
What
yeah.
are we gonna
Show some
fucking
love.
do? Nah, yeah, gotta take care of your touring vessel.
Yeah, I was like, do you guys have like a band? I don't know how to explain it. So like, you guys are band. Do you guys have like a best friend band that you guys are super close with, like more than any other band?
You know, over the years, I feel like it's like, it kind of like, you know, fluctuates like depending on like who you're on tour with a lot that this year and like who's putting out records at the same time as you and like kind of flowing with your same rhythm, like you'll start. But like, you know, there's certain bands that obviously like, you know, I'll pick out a member and like, you know, I'm really close with that member but like don't know much. But I would say like as a whole, like as far as like who is like a whole group of people that like complement all of us, like where like each member can be, like each member can hang out with any member of our band, like have a good time. I mean, we just toured with Rivers, and I think, you know, last year, like 2 tours in a row. And I definitely think Rivers was that band, because, like, we looked up to them for a long time. I love Rivers. Like, we've been listening to Rivers for so long, like, Rivers of the Nile, if anyone doesn't know. But they're just great dudes. Like, I've been waiting to tour with them forever. I, like, respect the fuck out of them as musicians. They're goofy as fuck. Like, Johnny T, I love you, you crazy bastard. You know, Jake, the singer's nuts. Brody's, like, one of the most talented guitar players, songwriters, just awesome human being. Jared, the drummer's awesome. Biggs, bass player, fucking killing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then again, like, you could just, I've seen Ed on tours, like, different moments where, like, I'm with Johnny, or I'm with Brody, or I'm with Jared, or I'm with Jake. So, like, I think they're the first band I've seen that. Because, like, usually it'd be like, oh, like, me and the drummer of this band hang out, and the guitar player that. But I don't know the guitar player. But, like, Rivers, it was just like, you know, let's get Airbnbs together. Let's, you know, it's an off day. Let's all go get food together. Like, they were the first band that we kind of, like, really went our way. And then, like, you know, Body Snatcher, you know, those are our homies, like, to death. So, you know, I ride for them super hard. So, yeah, over the years, like, we just made a lot of good friends. You know, it's definitely people I like being around more than others on the road. But overall, you know, definitely, like, I don't think there's any band that we have beef with, that's what I'm more happy about. I definitely don't want no beef.
Yeah, that's always good to
You
not
know,
have
I
any
think
beef.
At least
Yeah, at least a little of that,
a little dad joke for you.
You're in another band too, Hollow Prophet, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
with Ben and
That's like a
Jack.
super group, like to the max.
Yeah, it's just online homies just trying to make some weird shit, some crazy ass shit. It's fun. I mean, I haven't done anything with them in a while, so I just did it all. Waiting for the rest to get done.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely some wild shit though. Definitely like probably the craziest drum stuff that I could write because I knew I wouldn't have to ever
Yeah.
play a show.
So wait, who's it?
So
It's
you all out?
Slaughter Prevail, Shadow of Intent, and Archenia, right?
Acrania.
Acrania, yeah. That's crazy. That's like a stupid amount of talent. in one
Yeah,
band.
it's fun. I've known Jack for mad long. It's just like, and Ben too. So it's just like, you know, it's really natural, you know, just like end up with the homies like that. Just like, it's nice to like just have homies that you've been coming up with. We're all in a good position to do something cool together, you know, as opposed to like a long time ago we were all working on our bands and can't do something on the side. So now it's nice to like do some side project shit, you know, do some featured X, you know, stuff, and because I have the time, and Lorna kind of does its own thing. Like we have a good system, so I don't really have to dedicate too much of my like personal energy like every single day on Lorna. You know, there's definitely just times to tackle it, and nothing else matters, and then it can be left for like a little bit, you know, and not and so I could attend to like other hobbies, other projects, whatever it might be.
Word. Let's say you do vocals too, right? Like I saw you did like a live. I forgot.
It's for fun.
You just do it for fun.
I don't think I've ever recorded I mean, I did like a couple screens of like Flesh Coffin and like just random like parts where I'm buried in the back, but I don't know, just being on tour with the homies and like I'm always hyping the shit up on side stage, like, you know, I like a lot of the bands we tour, like I'm not afraid to like say I like a band or like I listen to a band a lot, so like, you know, half the time I know this shit, I'm jamming, I'll get close with them. I never like, you know, never like let me hop up there. Usually just like come up one day like, yo, just fucking grab the mic, do some crazy. I'm like, and I'll usually hype it up for like a week and be like, just chill, not today. And then yeah, one day when I'm feeling it, I'm just like, all right, let's go. Because it is very nerve wracking. Like I don't know, it's a different vibe for me. So
yeah, because usually you're in the back, you know, just kicking ass on the drums.
Yeah.
Vocals, you know, that's like the complete opposite.
It's a lot to do. It's a lot
right
to do.
up
You got to
front.
say the right words in the right pattern, not hit anyone, not fall over, not sound like an idiot. There's a lot to think about in that second. So
You also gotta sound good too.
and sound good. Which, to be honest, in those moments, it's the last thing I'm thinking about. I'm like, let me just go hard. As long as I look good, it'll this will do. But yeah, no, it's fun. Like, you know, D's Nuts, Body Snatcher, Facial Maker, you know, just a couple of homies that are just like, and they're usually bands we're really close with. Like, I wouldn't do that with like, or like Carnifex, like, let me do the Slipknot cover with them. I was like, all right, that's ridiculous, but I'll do it. And that was the same thing. He's just like, yo, come on up. I'm like, dude, I don't do vocals. He's like, fuck it, just come up. I was like, all right.
So did you know how to do vocals like before someone asked you one time?
Absolutely not.
Oh no,
So
so
you
you just
just
kind of winged
YOLO'd
it?
it?
Oh, hell yeah.
That's crazy.
Out of breath, completely out of breath. Just feel
Just
like
kinda yell.
I literally probably like I would have to like lay down after.
When was the first time you did vocals for someone? Like they just called you up and said, hey.
Oh fuck! It wasn't Carnifex. It was probably Facial Maker. Back in we were on tour with them with No Zodiac, and yeah, it was just the homies. I don't know. I just one day I decided to do it, and it was fun. That was definitely the first time, and then D's Nuts in Europe, fucking Body Snatcher. Yeah, I try to make it a thing. Why not? If I'm having fun, I'll fucking do it. I ain't got shit else to do.
It's always good when you can see like bands like just straight up just having fun on a show because
Well,
it
that
just
too, you know. I think
puts-
that shows that, you know.
You ever think about like doing both at the same time, like drums and vocals at the same time?
Not in Lorna, but like if it was
Yeah.
something else for sure, like that would be fun. But yeah, not in Lorna.
Oh my god, Lord, that'd be nuts.
Nothing
You'd
would
be,
come
like,
out.
double out of breath.
Nothing would come out.
Is there air?
I
gasping?
barely have air up there. There's no scream coming out.
Yes, like, do they have a fan by you? Because I know it gotta be hot as hell.
I mean, there's no like, yo, here, homie, here's the fan. I have to bring my own fan every
Okay.
show, and I have my own fan. But like, you know, I've left the fan at a venue. I've let someone borrow it. I forgot. I've probably had like 5-6 fans by now. But fuck, man, those like I remember, I like finally. I think it was a show we were playing. I think I was like all good, or there was a fan at the venue, so I let our other guitar player Andrew use it, and he was like, "Dude, like I don't ever want to play another show without that fan." Because like you don't even because like the fan's kind of too far to like for you to get like blasted with it. But it just kind of keeps the air moving around you, so it doesn't feel so like just stagnant and like really like just like damp and like awful. So that's why I tell people all the time, because for me, like if you blow it right on you when you start sweating, like it's gonna start like you're gonna get like
Cold.
yeah,
it's
cold
gonna
sweat,
get
yeah.
weird, and you're gonna be in like a weird spot on stage where you're like, all right, I'm cold, but I'm sweaty, and da da da. And like when it's blowing on you, so like I really just aim it right at my ankles, like literally, and just that little bit of air down there, and then flowing around me just works.
Yeah, 'cause
Like,
you usually got hundreds of sweaty ass stank people in one room.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Is
the air
it-
definitely gets stale.
Is it like a big industrial fan, or it's just?
I mean,
a
I've
small-
seen homies with that, yeah, that like lunchroom.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking
Yeah.
of.
No, I got like it's like a construction site thing, so it's actually sick because it's got like 2 USBs and then a plug on the side, so I could charge my Juul, my phone, and like my camera
that's
all at the
fucking
same
sick.
time.
I never seen
And it's like
that.
an extension cord, so I could plug all my like other shit. So, and then yeah, it just like kind of rotates up or down. It's got 3 speeds. It's fucking shit's got everything but Wi-Fi. Shit's fire.
I have a two-parter question. So, have you guys ever played an outdoor show?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it like extremely hot or like cold or like how was it? Because I'm sure the elements like get it a little different. 'Cause
Both.
It's not climate controlled.
We've done both. We played a show in Salt Lake. This place Loading Dock, and it's literally like a loading dock. So it's like an indoor outdoor. Like we're indoor, but the crowd is outdoor.
Okay.
Like it's really just like we're playing here, and then this is all outside. But if it's freezing, it's gonna be fucking freezing on stage. Like there's nothing to hide it. So that was the cold show we played. Hot. I mean, I've played mad. You know, like we played fucking Las Vegas. It was like 105
Fuck.
in the summer.
God
That was
damn.
actually not that bad. 'Cause it was like 11:30 we played, and like I don't know, I was just ripped up. I was like, it's Vegas. One of my best friends from home like flew in to come to stay with us for like 3 days of tour. So I was just having a great time with like one of my friends from back home. And then yeah, we played like McAllen, Texas, which is like the southern tip, and it was like an outdoor, like literally just like straight cactuses and like it was the only place I ever been where like if you just looked like past where there was light available, like it was just black.
Oh wow.
Like you could just walk further enough from someone and it, like 8-10 feet and it's just nothing. I was like, yo, this is like
Fuck.
there ain't shit out here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. In those times, like you're always thinking, like, "Fuck, this is gonna fuck me up." But the only time I really see it like fucking up is like if you like have time to chill. Because not for nothing, like once you start playing, like your adrenaline's going and like nothing matters. And like once you get off stage, you're like, "Oh god, that sucked." But like as far as playing, like as long as if I just hold those sticks and never let go, fine. Like even if my palms are sweaty, like fine, they're just staying there. But like God forbid a stick breaks or like we take a long break, I like take a sip of water, like dry off my hands. Oh, game over. Like now I got slippery hands. Now I cooled down too much. Now I'm like fighting this balance of shit, you know?
It's like once you get a chance to start noticing all the shit that's going on around you, then
Yeah. I think it's just best to just zero in and just like, all right, get through the set. It's hot as balls. And like, yeah, like in Dallas, Gas Monkey, that's an outside venue. It's sick, but it's in Dallas, so it gets really fucking hot sometimes. Like, definitely, it's probably worse for vocalists though, just because, I don't know, air.
Yeah.
Air.
Air.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
that's,
Oxygen, yeah.
that's their whole fucking thing, so.
Oh yeah, I can imagine singing. They gotta jump around, breathe it in hot. It just inhales all hot. I would be so angry.
Yeah,
hot,
damn.
stale
I'd just
ass
be
air.
like, I don't even want to sing anymore.
That thick ass Texas air, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Have you ever like actively fucked up in a song one time that you had to stop?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We talk about it all the time, me and Adam. It's literally like there's just one time that it happened. It wasn't even that long ago. It was like on our headliner. We played Kansas, somewhere in Kansas. But yeah, I don't know, we were playing Funeral Moon, and like not for nothing at that point I probably played Funeral Moon like 300 times. Like that was like the oldest song in the set. And I don't know, it's just like it was like second to last day of tour. I'm just like kind of just like grooving. I'm just like, all right, you know, whatever, another show, like it's gonna be fun. And so I wasn't really like dialed in because it was like a smaller show. And I don't know, I was just like trying different things. So I was like, all right, let me do some like crazy fill, like before the breakdown. And like my muscle memory from playing it 300 times for me doing that just completely like erased what was supposed to happen next. So when the breakdown hit, I remember I just like started playing the wrong thing, and then I just like stopped. And I just like had my hands in the air like this, and I just was like, and the click's going, but I just didn't know what I was supposed to hit, when I was supposed to hit it. So I just hit nothing. And I remember like Adam was like in a mid dip, and he's like looking at me, he's like, and he's like playing the pattern, and like CJ is like screaming, he's like looking at me, he's like, what the fuck is happening? I'm just like, and then I like came in and everything was fine. We finished the song, we like laughed, everyone like in the venue laughed, like everyone, it was like a very obvious thing, but like it was literally like it was just a brain fart. Like I was literally like, playing everything, I was like hit this fill, and I was just like,
What do I do next?
I don't know.
So you guys finished it like flawlessly, like
Yeah, we finished the song, like I got back onto the click, like right at the end of the breakdown, finished the outro, the last chorus, and we're like, alright, fuck it.
That's how you know you're good at drums. When you just hop right back on, act like
I
nothing
always
happened.
do. Always do. I don't know how. I've been like a beat behind, and I'll just like play a minute faster, and then just get back to it. And like, I've had really good luck with click track for sure.
That's funny as fuck.
I don't know if it's luck or I know what I'm doing, but I don't. In that moment, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to get
It's
through
got to
it.
be hilarious. Like you guys like look super serious on stage. You're playing these heavy ass fucking songs and shit, but you fuck up and you just become like human again. You're
Oh,
just like, oh shit, what am I
That's
doing?
exactly what happened. Everyone's like smiling at me. I'm like, damn it. It was funny as shit though. Like everyone on the tour like seen it. I was like, I'm not ashamed. You know what I mean? Something like that's not gonna beat me up. I'm like, dude, I played enough shows.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, like
If
you
you
said,
see
you
me
played-
fuck up, then cool. You know what I mean? Go tell people that. It'll be
Yeah.
the only time.
Yeah,
you
you
know?
saw something special, damn it.
You saw something special. I never fuck up. Nah. But seeing something like that's fun. Like I'd laugh if I seen a band do that. Like that's funny. Fuck it.
Yeah, I feel like especially after playing it 300 times, like you said, like you mess up, it's like, oh, well, I played a bunch of times right already, and
Yeah.
I'm bound to mess up once.
Exactly. It doesn't matter.
So, what's your favorite song to play live, and what's the hardest song to play live?
Favorite is probably Death Portrait because it's fun. It slams
yeah.
the whole way through. It's fucking great. I've had none but fun with that one since we started playing it. Hardest,
Do you ever just dread that like you have to play a song?
you know, like Funeral Moon's fucking hard, but like again, I played it so many times that like I shouldn't have a problem with it.
Except that one time.
Except that one time that we were beefing. But like that song is usually last in the set. It's really hard. So I'm always like, oh my god, I gotta get through this. But Immortal, like we only played it like 8 times, but like that shit was really hard. But it was like a rewarding hard. It was like, you know, doable. So like I knew if I was just at a good spot that day that I would nail the song. But it's definitely a song like I knew I had to warm up and like get myself to the right, literally the right strength and just like the right like flow and just like really just let go on that song because it just doesn't stop. It's like 6.5 minutes of doesn't stop, except like the breakdown.
Yeah. You feel this album like kind of challenged you to like do more on the drums? Like I don't know, kind of step
Yeah,
up your
I mean
game?
it's like half and half. It's like I did more of one thing and like try to stay away from some of the more chaoticness that kind of was a thing. Just because like learning music and like listening to certain bands, I'm just like noticing trends in my playing, and then certain trends in other people's playing that's like good that I can adopt and like kind of make my own thing. So yeah, I'm just like trying to go more like relentless. So like it's kind of like it's more of the same thing, but it almost sounds like I'm faster and crazier now just because it's one thing and it's like really like punishing, you know, instead of like switching up blast beats and, you know, doing this for like a bar, doing this kind of blast for a bar, doing that kind of, just like a blast beat sampler, appetizer sampler, you know, over every beat, which was like kind of what I used to do because I
Last
just
beach, smorgasbord.
yeah, like like you could do 4 different blasts in every riff. So now I'm just like, which one sounds the best out of those 4, and let's just fucking do that because it just sounds better.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I think just studying metal, it's like made my job easier on like the brain level, but like I just have to be more physically fit to play our new shit. Takes less mind power, but more like actual physical. Like, yeah, you gotta fucking just go for it.
Do you think if you were asked to tomorrow, you could play a set? Let's say 6 song set. Do you think you're ready to do that?
I mean, I'll play some. So I'll play some for 6 songs. I don't know what it's gonna sound like, but I'll get through it.
yeah.
I'll get through it. Will it be amazing?
It'll be an attempt. That's
It'll
all
be
that matters.
it'll be something.
Give it
I
your
promise
best.
you that.
That's all that matters.
But nah, if I had to rip like, you know, quick 2-3 songer, sure. But I know after that I'm gonna be tired.
Yeah, I was watching your drum playthrough that you put on YouTube a little while ago. That's fucking crazy. Like I was just watching it and I'm like, you're moving so fucking fast. Like you could train me for years. I don't think I'd be able to do it just because like
Yeah.
I'm like an unfit piece of shit right now.
I mean, dude, me too. Like, it's really just I've done it for so long that like I just know if I got in more shape, like it would just make my life easy. Cause like I could do these things. It's just like the amount of effort it takes. If I'm just in better shape, I could do these things in my sleep then, you know.
Mhm.
And like I've lost a lot of like weight and got better with my health like over the last like 4 years. You know, I used to be like probably like 60 pounds heavier, and now I'm just like kind of coasting this, you know, midweight, but like I feel good, so like that's all I care about.
That's all that matters.
You know what I mean? I literally don't care. Like I'm just like whatever. Like, I feel good, smell good, we're good. We're good.
Ric Flair.
You said Ric Flair?
Yeah. You ever heard that?
No.
I look good, smell good.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Wheeling, dealing. Yep. 2-time.
Yeah. Speaking of Ric Flair, that's like a big Devils thing. Are you a Devils fan by any chance?
Jersey?
Yeah.
I can't say I am. I mean, hockey's one of the sports I observe. I like it all, but I don't have a team. You know what I mean? But I just think it's sick. I think it's sick.
That's how I feel about every sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't watch any sports. Do you watch any sports at all? Or are you just like...
I watch football. You know, I was... my buddy's a big Steelers fan, my buddy Brett, so I helped him out this year. And I started wearing the jersey, and we were watching football games together, and they went 11-0 for the first time since like 1930. So I was like, shit, like this is great. This is my first time like watching Steelers, but he's like, ah! And then they just fucking lost, and they just blew everything. So we literally watched, I think, 30 seconds of that last game.
Oh, wow, really?
Oh, it was one of the worst.
Yeah.
It was one of the most
First
painful
play.
first minutes of a game I ever watched.
It was
And like
rough.
my buddy was just like, I can't do this.
I mean, I bet heavy on the Browns because
Oh,
I
yeah?
thought the Steelers were frauds. So I was like...
Nah, you know what I mean? Like he said it best. They didn't want it. You know what I mean? Browns wanted it.
I don't know what any of that shit you just said, but what does it mean the Steelers are frauds?
They're not real. They
They're
look good
not
at meetings, but
real.
they played nobody. They didn't
Yeah.
play any good teams.
So why do they call them frogs?
Fraud,
They're a bunch
No,
of
you
frogs.
said frogs.
It's
they're
fucking amphibians.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Dumbasses.
Oh my god. Fucking frogs, man.
Love that.
Oh my god. We actually went to Pittsburgh for an interview with Casket Maker before. That was fun. I
Oh,
want to
nice.
do more travel
Frogs.
interviews.
With the frogs?
Yeah, I was in the frog.
Yeah. We're actually going to Lancaster next Friday. Can't say with who yet because that's a surprise.
Nice.
But yeah,
Yeah, man,
I know how to
traveling's
travel
nice.
more. I love traveling. I mean, you travel plenty for touring.
I love traveling.
That's probably just one of the greatest things to do in life is just travel.
Yeah.
Has
It
there
is what
been-
you make it.
Has there been any place that like literally just blew you away, where you just stepped off like, or got out of the van, or stepped off a bus? You were just like, wow, I can't believe I'm actually here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of times, you know.
You know, if I stepped off a bus into some 105-degree Las Vegas heat or Texas heat, I'd definitely be blown away.
Oh, dude,
blown
yeah.
away.
Oh yeah. No,
Literally.
Sometimes, yeah, you're just like, oh. Yeah, I mean, any day in Europe, really, just because they drive through the night and you wake up at 9 in the morning. You know, like me, you open the bus door, you don't know where you are, you've never been there, you can't even ask where you are, everyone's sleeping, you just open the door and you're in, you know, London, and you gotta go to the bathroom. Like, so you start walking around and shit, and it's just like, then you finally pee, and you could think, you're like, all right, let me go walk around and find something to eat. So, like, yeah, definitely like moments like that, like waking up in London, waking up in like Budapest, or you know, even like San Francisco. We woke up at the Golden Gate one day, like just like literally parked in the parking lot outside of it, and then woke up and it was like so many cars. Like we're just in this van. I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck's going on? And it's just like people visiting the Golden Gate. But that was cool. Definitely, I like the West Coast. West Coast is nice.
You like In and Out? I think it's overrated personally.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, it's consistent. I'll give them that. You will get the same thing at every restaurant,
Yeah.
but that same thing is okay. You know what I mean? Like I did like the burgers. Like you know, I'm vegan now, but the burgers always hit for me. And then I like the Neapolitan shake with all the flavors.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You gotta get all 3 flavors. That shit's fire. But yeah, other than that, like you know, it's not There's better out there for sure. You know what I mean?
Five Guys.
Five Guys is fire, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's so much good food out there. Like, that's what I miss about touring, is just eating places that aren't so familiar.
Yeah,
It's
especially in
looking
Europe.
up
There's gotta be a
menus.
bunch of crazy shit out there.
You know, out there, it's, like, hard. Like, you know what I mean? You put that idea in your head, like, yo, it's gonna be sick, I'm gonna eat their food, and then, like, you go somewhere to eat, and, like, you just, like, don't know what to look for. Like,
Mhm.
you see, like, a picture of a hamburger on the side of it, and you're like, I'm going there.
Yeah.
and then and it says hamburger in their language and then in English. And you're like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So most of the time you stick to places that will speak English too. Like McDonald's, to be honest, we ate a lot because they have the touchscreen menu. You can change it to English. You know what you're paying. You don't have to talk to anyone. Boom, perfect. I love that. I would always go to that. But it kind of sucks because you don't get to experience much just because it is just kind of awkward. You know what I mean? Like when you walk in somewhere, they greet you in their language and you're like,
whoa, American over here.
hey, and then they're like,
yeah.
Fucking Americans.
and it is kind of like that, you know what I mean? And that's why, now my perspective, here, put on it's people that can't speak English that good and try and, I feel fucking bad for them because I feel like I couldn't do anything. I feel like I was a piece of shit. If you asked, you guys got a bathroom? The fact that I couldn't ask them in their language, I feel like they just hated me. But it's not the case. But, you can get that vibe just because you don't understand.
You're inconveniencing them.
Yeah, and there's, a barrier. You're you just can't get through it.
It's dude, I just gotta take a piss.
That would be so
Help me out.
terrifying.
I mean, in Europe, too, you have to pay to go to the bathroom anywhere. So.
Really?
Oh, yeah, anywhere.
That's crazy.
Didn't you used to have? We were talking about this.
Yeah, literally a few days
gotta-
ago, we
you
were
gotta-
just talking about how they used to make us here pay for bathrooms until the 70s.
Yeah.
You had to pay for public bathrooms here. I
It's
guess
like-
in
it's like-
England they still got that.
It's 50 cents or a euro.
Oh, I thought it was
Sometimes,
like,
too.
I thought you meant if you walk in a store or something, you're like, oh, buy something and you use the bathroom. But you're talking a public?
Yeah, you
Oh,
go to the
shit.
rest area you would here.
Uh,
You would have to pay a euro or two to go to the
you have
bathroom.
to run 3 pence and use the toilet.
Yeah, and they have them straight up guarded and everything. It's crazy.
3 shekels.
But the way I seen it was the bathrooms were always nice, so I will pay $1 to use a nice clean bathroom.
Absolutely,
instead of some
I will pay that money. So if we had to start doing that here to have clean bathrooms, fucking go.
A lot of people would not be able to take a shit.
Yeah. Well,
No. I mean, I don't even. I'd be in I'd have euros, and then we're in fucking Swiss, and I don't got Swiss bucks, or I have pounds, but I don't have euros, and to use the bathroom, it's the pound. It's so at all moments I would just have this change of just every currency in Europe, just in this one thing. And I'm I don't know what is it the francs?
I was like, fuck, I got 4 shekels,
Because you
3
wake
pence,
up
and
in
a
the middle of
rupee.
the night, I got I literally had a coin purse, and I would just keep it.
Oh, the coin pouch, yeah.
I literally
Coin pouch.
bought one because of how many coins are out there, and I was just and I remember it had my name on it. I got some shitty touristy thing, but I was every day, wake up, put on my Crocs, I run into this bathroom, fuck, what the fuck, how much is this shit? But yeah, that shit's funny though.
That's something the United States should definitely invest in. Because
Oh,
our
yeah.
bathrooms here are so shitty. They're fucking terrible.
They're literally
We
shitty.
need those Japanese bathrooms, the bidets,
Oh,
the
the
heated
bidets,
seats.
yeah.
No,
Nah, you're bugging.
I'm not letting the toilet spray me in my ass, bro.
Hey.
I wouldn't be against trying it.
I would try it
Exactly,
once.
man.
Just once.
You wouldn't try it.
But the thing
no.
is, you can't let it happen to you, and then you jump up because the water just spray.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
the
you gotta
wall.
own it.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
just.
They should make them with first time users little straps. So you strap
Like a
yourself
roller
in,
coaster
and you're
thing.
and you can't get up from it. You just hit that button. No turning
That's
back.
like torture.
Yeah, literally, it probably wouldn't go that well.
Let this thing spray your ass right now.
Literally.
Oh man.
Really big metal straps, so you're not going anywhere until it's done spraying.
So your fucking legs is numb, bro. You're not getting up.
Word.
Oh man. But dude, this has been so fun. This has been the fastest fucking hour ever.
Yeah, for real.
Or however long. I'm
Already
sure it's
been
been
an
an
hour?
hour.
Yeah.
But
Hell
this
yeah.
has been great, man. It's been an honor to have you. You're our
Wow.
biggest guest so far. We appreciate you coming out. And yeah, thank you so much, man.
Thanks
Thank
for
you, bro.
coming.
All right,
Have a
bro.
good time.
Take care, man.
Thank you.